Welcome back, everybody. As apologies, we had some technical difficulties there, and while we were off, Marshfield puts up 2 runs. It was Homolka crossing home and Schmidt crossing home on a sacrifice ground out from Nick Urban, and a RBI base hit for Chase Higgins. So Marshfield now leads 2-1 in this one. Here in the top of the 5th, as it's 2-1 the score. As Marshfield leads Plover 2-1. As it was just Luka Weinkoff being out for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. Again, Marshfield now leads Plover 2-1 in the top of the 5th, and it's Bryson Cashin now up to bat. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He's grounded out his first at-bat and walked in his second at-bat. That was back in the 3rd inning. And it's 1-0 the count to Cashin. And that one grounded to second and takes an odd hop over there into center. But Cashin, we'll see how that is ruled. We'll call it we'll say he reached on the air. And that brings up the 2 spot in the order with left fielder Tommy Droner. Droner 1 for 2 on the day. He popped out his first at-bat and had a base hit in his second at-bat. As that one is a called strike to Droner. It's quickly 0-1 to Tommy Droner. It's the 0-1 count with a runner at first and 1 out. Pitch on the way. Cashin stealing second, throw not in time. Cashin steals second, and the count evens up at 1-1. That's the second stolen base of the night for Cashin. So again, it's the 1-1 count. One count to Tommy Droner with a runner at second now for the Black Sox. Again, Marshfield now up 2-1 over Plover. And that one bunted down and foul. So 1-2 the count now to Droner. So 1-2 count to Droner with a runner at second and 1 out. Plover down 2-1. To the Marshfield Blue Devils. Pitch on the way. That one high for ball 2. It's 2-2 the count now to Droner. The count even at 2-2 now with Camden Dahl on the mound as he sets. And he fires. And that's low for ball 3 as the count runs full to Droner. It's the full count. Runner at second, 1 out to Droner. Again, he's 1 for 2 on the night. And he grounds that one over to first. And the play is not made at first. It's dropped by Dahl coming over to first. Run will score for the Plover Black Sox. So the score tied at 2-2 now. Score tied at 2. As over at first it was Homolka trying to toss it over to Camden Dahl at first. Dahl looked like he just dropped it. couldn't come up with it. And Droner is going to reach second on the air and have the RBI. As it's Cashin coming across the plate. Cashin has been responsible for both runs for Plover. He's come across home plate for both runs for the Black Sox here tonight, as we are tied at 2 now in the top of the 5th. As it's Austin Byer, the shortstop, up to bat. Now he's 0 for 2 on the day, and it's 0-1 to Byer. 0-1 the count to Austin Byer. He swings, grounds that one over to third, and in the gap, it's a base hit for Byer. Run stays put at third, and a wild throw. Now coming home is Droner, and Droner will score. And now the throw is over the head of another Blue Devils player at third. So it's Droner coming home, and Plover leads 3-2 now. So it was the throw home way over the head of Earl that allows Droner to come home and score, and it's Austin Byer with the single, but he reaches all the way over to third on the air and throw back from home to third. So it's been 3 errors here in the inning for Marshfield that have led to 2 runs here in the 5th. It was 2 errors just on that sequence alone. And now that brings up the designated hitter, Thomas Hunt. Thomas Hunt is 2 for 2 on the day. Hunt's got 2 base hits in his first 2 at-bats. He's got a runner at third, 1 out, as that's a strike to Hunt on pitch 1. So now Plover jumps right back and takes the lead. They're up 3-2 now over the Marshfield Blue Devils. And the pitch on the way. That one popped up into right field, and it is caught out in right field. Runner coming home, and the run will score. It's Austin Byer scoring for Plover, as they're now up 4-2 as it's a sacrifice fly for Thomas Hunt to bring in another run. As that brings up at the 5 spot, catcher Marcus Jawolski. Pitch on the way. That one low for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Jawolski. Jawolski 0 for 2 on the day. He's popped out to right field and struck out swinging in his first 2 at-bats. And that one swung on, hit out into the gap into left center, and it will fall. So it's going to be a base hit for Marcus Jawolski. Second hit of the inning for the Black Sox. I just want to thank you all for watching here tonight on the Zaleski Sports Broadcast Network. As again, we'll be here all weekend. Started here last night here with this Legion Baseball Regional Playoff action. And that is a strike to Jawolski. Evens up the count at 1-1. And rather 0-1 the count to John Nafe up now. Jawolski just with the base hit. It's John Nafe up to bat, and the throw to first is not in time. So again, Nafe faces the 0-1 count. Nafe 0 for 2 on the day. He's popped out to right field in his 2 at-bats, in each of his 2 at-bats. And that one's a ball, and it evens up the count at 1-1 to John Nafe. And Nafe with the runner at first and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Plover leads 4-2. They've got 3 of those runs here in the 5th. And the pitch is on the way. That one popped up into deep center field, and it will be caught. Nice play there made out in center field by Nick Urban, as that is out number 3. So the Plover Black Sox put up 3 runs to retake the lead here in the 5th. They're up 4-2. We'll take a quick break and be right back with more Legion Regional Baseball right after this here on Zaleski Sports.
Roof Tech LLC specializes in commercial roof coatings and spray foam. Roof Tech also services the entire state of Wisconsin. That's right, from La Crosse to Milwaukee, Eau Claire to Green Bay, Superior, Marshfield, Kenosha, Madison, Sheboygan, and everywhere in between. Roof Tech uses superior systems that can fully restore just about any roof in Wisconsin. Roof Tech is offering modern solutions for your roof's data dilemmas. See Roof Tech online at rooftechllc.com or Roof Tech LLC on Facebook.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the bottom of the fifth inning. Plover leads Marshfield 4-2, but before we get there, we'll hear from our friends over at H&S Manufacturing. H&S Manufacturing in Marshfield is hiring. If you are a hard-working individual, then we need you. Do you want a solid company that offers top wages along with a very generous benefits package? Then check out our positions at H&S. Our benefits include health, dental, life, and disability, plus 401k, cash bonuses, $2 shift bonus, and a substantial vacation plan that has you earning vacation from your very first day. We are looking for welders, painters, and assemblers for both first and second shift. To apply online, Google us at H&S Manufacturing or log on to hsmfgco.com. Again, that's hsmfgco.com to get started at H&S Manufacturing in Marshfield, as Plover leads the Marshfield Blue Devils 4-2, and leading off for Marshfield is Riley Bauman. And he pops up, pitch one, foul. So it's the 0-1 count to Riley Bauman. The 0-1 count to leadoff hitter Bauman again. Plover putting up 3 runs in the top of the fifth to go up 4-2 as that one's grounded over to third. The long throw from third is not in time. So I'm not sure if Nafe had possession of the ball, if that one was in his mitt. Nonetheless, Bauman with the infield hit. And that takes us back to the top of the order with catcher Peter Earl. Earl's 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out looking his first at bat and popped out to right field in his second. And the pitch on the way, that one grounded over to short. Throw to second in time. Now the throw to first. Way off the mark. But they'll get the out at second. So it's Bauman out at second. And it is Earl reaching first on the fielder's choice. And that'll take us to the 2 spot in the order with second baseman Parker Week. Week is 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded out his first at bat and popped out to left field his second at bat. As we've got 1 out and a runner at first here in the bottom of the fifth to Week, and pitch 1 is a strike to Parker Week. So it's the 0-1 count to Parker Week. Again, Marshfield, they put up those 2 runs in the bottom of the fourth, and then Marshfield took the lead with those 2 runs. They're up 2-1, and Plover comes right back in the fifth with 3 runs of their own. Now they're up 4-2 as that's ball 1 to Week. And the count evens up at 1-1 to Parker Week, as it is the 1-1 count with runner at first and 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. Again, the 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, that one popped out into right field, and it's going to fall. It'll be a base hit for Week. Throw to second is in time at second, as it was Earl holding up at first. He didn't know if that was going to be caught out in right field. He couldn't get to second in time. They get the force out at second base, but Parker Week with the base hit for the Blue Devils. And that is out number 2, as it is the number 3 spot in the order up now with first baseman Logan Homolka. Homolka reached on an error his first at bat and had a double back in the fourth where he lined it down the third base line to Homolka. Now runner stealing second. Throw to second is low, and weak will successfully steal second base, and it is the 1-0 count to Homolka. So the 1-0 count to Logan Homolka with a runner at second and 2 outs here as the Plover Black Sox lead the Marshfield Blue Devils 4-2 here in the bottom of the fifth. Schultz on the pitch and a check swing, but a called strike as the count evens up at 1-1 to Homolka. As a reminder to stay tuned for the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. At the conclusion of this one, we'll talk to the winning coach and our Highlight House player of the game here on Zaleski Sports as well on the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. That one popped out into left field for out number 3 as Homolka pops out to left. And that will do it for the fifth inning. Marshfield leaves a runner stranded. And no run scored for the Blue Devils as we will take a quick break and be right back with more American Legion Regional Playoff Baseball right after this here on Zaleski Sports.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great child care you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Okay.
Community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the top of the sixth inning as the Plover Black Sox lead the Marshfield Blue Devils 4-2 as it is Caden Thauer, the third baseman, leading off and fouling the first pitch off for strike one to Thauer. Thauer is 1 for 2 on the day. His first at-bat, he grounded out. His second at-bat, he had a base hit. As it's 0-1 to Thauer. Pitch on the way. That's another strike. As it's quickly 0-2 to Thauer. With the 0-2 count to leadoff hitter Caden Thauer. Again, it's still Camden Dahl on the mound for the Blue Devils. And he pitches on pitch 3 and a check swing on a pitch low in the dirt for ball 1. So it's now 1-2 to Caden Thauer. Dahl winds and throws. And another check swing, but a called strike as Caden Thauer goes down looking. It is strikeout number 3 for Dahl on the night. And that is out number 1. As we have the 7, 8, 9 spots up to bat here in the top of the 6th. So it'll be Jake Sankey at the 8th spot, the second baseman up to bat. Sankey's 0 for 2 on the day. He's popped out to second and grounded out in his first 2 at-bats. As the pitch from Dahl on the way, that one inside, but a called strike. So it's 0-1 to Sankey. Nobody on base and 1 out as a meeting on the mound between Earl and Dahl. As again, we're here all weekend here on Zaleski Sports. Be here tomorrow. There's games at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 7 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be on the call for the 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock games tomorrow. It'll be Joe Anderson on the call for the 1 p.m. game. Heard from him earlier today on the Zaleski Sports Broadcast Network. And that one grounded over to second. Throw to first is in time for out number 2 as Sankey grounds out. And that'll take us to the 9th spot in the order with right fielder Luka Weinkoff. Weinkoff is 0 for 2 tonight. He's popped out to left field and grounded out in his first 2 at-bats. Weinkoff, the left-handed batter, facing nobody on and 2 outs. And the pitch on the way, that one outside for ball 1. As the 1-0 count, pitch on the way. That one grounded over to second and just past the outstretched glove of the second baseman, Weak there. Weak didn't quite get the glove out, but it gets into the gap and a base hit for Weinkoff. That'll take us back to the top of the order with Bryson Cashin. Cashin he grounded out his first at-bat, walked to second, and reached on an error his third at-bat. He is responsible for 2 of the 4 runs. He's crossed the home plate twice in this one for Plover. As a runner at first and 2 outs to Cashin. And a runner at first. And pitch 1 is a ball to Cashin. So it's the 1-0 count to Bryson Cashin with a runner at first base. And 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. So the 1-0 count. Pitch on the way. And that's a called strike to Cashin. The count now evens up at 1-1 to Bryson Cashin. Again, a runner at first base. Pitch on the way. That one just hits the outside corner for strike 2, and it's 1-2 now to Bryson Cashin. Again, a runner at first base. And it's the 1-2 count to Cashin. And runner going to second. And it'll be safe at second base. So it's Luka Weinkoff stealing second. It was close over there at second as the count evens up at 2-2. So the 2-2 count, runner at second. 2 outs. As the pitch on the way, that one fouled off. And Cashin stays alive in the count as it stays 2-2 with 2 outs and a runner at second base. And Cashin, the left-handed batter. So it's Dahl still on the mound. He sets and he throws. And an inside pitch is ball 3. And the count runs full to Bryson Cashin. So the full count to Cashin with a runner at second and 2 outs as Dahl sets and he throws, and that one's outside. So Cashin walks for the second time tonight, as now we have runners at first and second base. And it brings up the 2 spot in the order with left fielder Tommy Droner. Droner has popped out to left field, had a base hit, and reached on an error in his first 3 at-bats. As runners at first and second for Plover, up by 2. And that one swung on, grounded over to second. The throw to first is in time for out number 3. So the Plover Black Sox leave 2 stranded, score none, as they lead 4-2 heading in to the bottom of the 6th. We will take a quick break and be right back with more Legion Regional Baseball action right after this here on Zaleski Sports.
Keep moving ahead with the summer tire event at Sherrill Tire and Service Center through July 2nd. Up to $150 in rebates on Goodyear tires with a Goodyear credit card subject to credit approval. The summer tire event at Sherrill Tire. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Valley Communities Credit Union wants you to know that buying a home has never been easier.
With mortgage rates as low as 2.49% APR, financing your home has never been more affordable.
With Valley Communities Credit Union, we have low closing costs, local servicing, and underwriting.
We will make it simple and secure from beginning to end.
Call, click, or visit one of our 5 locations
and let our team show you why membership matters at VCCU.
Welcome back, everybody, as we take a moment to hear from our friends over at Valley Communities Credit Union. It's never too early to start teaching the value of saving. Your youngsters can learn today with a Valley Communities Credit Union Kids Club or Teen Savings Club membership. We make saving fun and easy with prizes for making deposits and getting good grades. Stop into one of our 5 locations in Mosinee, Croninwater, Marshfield, Stevens Point, and Wisconsin Rapids to open an account for your kids today at Valley Communities Credit Union. As it'll be the Marshfield Blue Devils down 2, looking to tie or take the lead here in the 6th, as it's Chandler Schmidt leading off, and he pops that one over to second for out number 1. So after that, Chandler Schmidt now 0 for 2 on the day. He's struck out swinging, and now popped out and walked in his 3 at-bats. And now up to bat at the 5 spot is designated hitter Dane Diethelm. Diethelm 0 for 2 on the day. He's popped out twice. Once to short and once to right field. That's a pitch on the way. That one grounded over to second and into the gap. Into center field. It'll be a base hit for Dane Diethelm. Diethelm with the hit. And that'll bring us to the 6th spot in the lineup with center fielder Nick Urban. Urban has struck out swinging and grounded out in his first 2 at-bats. As we check in with Marshfield, Chaparral, and DC Everest Merchants baseball. Marshfield up 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th in that one. Marshfield, Chaparral's going on the road. That one shot out into center field, lined out and out in center field. So Nick Urban with the pop fly out to center field for out number 2, and that'll bring up left fielder Chase Higgins. Higgins is 2 for 2 on the day. He's got 2 base hits in his 2 at-bats. But again, Marshfield Chaparral's up 2-1 on the DC Everest Merchants in Dairyland League baseball over there at DC Everest. And pitch 1 is a ball to Higgins. So it's the 1-0 count to Chase Higgins. 1-0 count, pitch on the way, and that's a called strike. The count evens up at 1-1 to Chase Higgins. Again, runner at first, and 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 6th. The Plover Black Sox lead the Marshfield Blue Devils 4-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. And the pitch on the way. That one swung on, grounded over to second, and they go for the out at second base. It's an easy out, number 3. And Higgins grounds out, and that'll do it for the 6th inning as Plover leads Marshfield 4-2 after 6 innings of play, as we will take a quick break and be right back with more Legion Regional Baseball action right after this here on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love Home Furniture. West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the top of the 7th, but first we'll hear from our friends over at Awards and More. Awards and More is your one-stop location for awards, plaques, trophies, embroidery, screen printing, and promotional products. Awards and More is also the proud sponsor of the Zaleski Sports Athlete of the Month. Visit Awards and More on Facebook to begin your next trophy order. As it'll be the Plover Black Sox up to bat, and leading off will be Austin Byer, the shortstop. And a check swing, but a strike anyways. As it's quickly 0-1 to Austin Byer. Byer is 1 for 3 on the day. He popped out to second, struck out swinging, and had a base hit in his 3 at-bats with an RBI as well in that base hit. And that one grounded back for a foul, as it's now 0-2 to Austin Byer. So the 0-2 count to Byer. The 0-2 count, nobody on. And the pitch on the way. And a check swing. And he is struck out. So a strikeout for Austin Byer, as that is strikeout number 4 for Camden Dahl. And that is out number 1. And now we're up to the 4th spot in the lineup with designated hitter Thomas Hunt. As I believe we just saw a flash of lightning. So we did see a flash of lightning. And we're going to take a break, I believe. We're going to double check here in the break, but I believe that is at least a 30-minute wait with a lightning strike. So we'll take a quick break and update you right after the break, right after this, here on Zaleski Sports.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, switch to US Cellular and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G, plus no activation fees. So you can stream, capture, and post without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
Northside Computers is Marshfield's U.S. Cellular store. Visit us on South Central Avenue in Marshfield for the latest Samsung, Apple, personal cellular devices, tablets, and more.
Welcome back, everybody, as we have a lightning delay here at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield, Wisconsin. There's a big flash. We can all see it, and it looks like some rainfall coming down here as well. So we will keep you updated, but we are going to have at least a 30-minute wait. So we have an estimated start time of 9:05 back here at Hackman Field as the Plover Black Sox lead the Marshfield Blue Devils by a score of 4-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. But I'll take a break from the headset here, but we'll keep it here and we'll keep you updated as needed. But as of right now, the estimated time for us to resume play is 9:05 for this one here at Jack Hackman Field. Welcome back, everybody, as it looks like we are going to try to get back underway here. We haven't seen a lightning strike in quite a while, and the rain amount has significantly went down. So it looks like we are going to try to get this one back underway at 9:35. So we're going to get back underway at 9:35 as we will resume play in the top of the 7th with the Plover Black Sox up 4-2 on the Marshfield Blue Devils. And it is the Black Sox up to bat. And it would have been Thomas Hunt up to bat in the top of the 7th. But again, we are looking to start at 9:35, looking to resume play in the top of the 7th inning. So stay tuned and keep the broadcast on, or come back at 9:35, as that is the time we'll look to get back underway. They're taking the tarps off the field now, so they're going to try to get the field ready to go. Both teams are warming up in right and left field. But again, estimated start time at 9:35 now. We'll be back at that time to resume play here in the top of the 7th. Welcome back, everybody. As we had previously thought we were going to be starting at 9:35, but a couple minutes ago, the rain started coming down pretty hard here at Jack Hackman Field. Now we are still under a rain delay. Unsure what time we'll start back up here now. Safe to say it probably will not be at 9:35. As, again, the rain has picked up once again here in Marshfield, Wisconsin. But we will continue to keep you updated here on Zaleski Sports. As of right now, we do still plan on having and finishing this game as we are in the top of the 7th inning. But we are still under a rain delay and no longer 9:35 as the estimated time to start. Welcome back, everybody. As the rain has again stopped for the moment. That's why you've seen some of the Marshfield players and coaches come and take off the tarps. And it looks like we're going to try and get underway here sometime shortly. It looks like Plover's over on their side warming up a little bit. But no official word yet on an exact time. But again, we'll keep you updated. But it does still look like we're going to try to finish this one out. As again, the rain is just about completely stopped here again. And hopefully it stays that way. But we will continue to keep you updated. Welcome back, everybody. as we are going to be getting back underway here at Jack Hackman Field here in Marshfield, Wisconsin, as about an hour rain delay here tonight. As we'll go over a quick recap here tonight's game. As I said, it's been about an hour since we've been underway. As the Plover Black Sox lead the Marshfield Blue Devils 4-2 tonight. And Marshfield will have a new pitcher. So it's been Camden Dahl throughout. But now it is Riley Bauman. He is going to be on the mound for the Blue Devils now. Here in the top of the 7th inning. As we will resume in the top of the 7th again. Plover leads Marshfield 4-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. And to start off the inning, it was Austin Byer striking out, swinging for out number 1. That's how we have 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Again, it is Riley Bauman coming in to relieve Camden Dahl at pitcher. And leading off, as we resume play, will be Thomas Hunt, the designated hitter for Plover. Hunt is 2 for 3. He's got 2 base hits and then a sacrifice fly that scored a run. And in right field, it's Dane Detelm. I believe Camden Dahl is out of the fielding crew then, and it's Dane Detelm taking Riley Bauman's spot over in right field. But again, it's Thomas Hunt leading off. Again, Plover Black Sox lead the Marshfield Blue Devils 4-2 here in the top of the 7th. As we're crossing our fingers that the rain stays away and we can finish this one here tonight. Again, it's Riley Bauman on the mound and Thomas Hunt leading off. And pitch 1 is a ball. 1-0 the count quickly to Thomas Hunt. So the 1-0 count now to Thomas Hunt. Thank you all for continuing to watch here tonight, as it's about 9:45 now, as that was ball 2. It's 2-0 the count. We thank you all for staying tuned to tonight's matchup between the Plover Black Sox and the Marshfield Blue Devils. And both these teams won their respective games yesterday. And the winner of tonight's game will take on Stevens Point tomorrow, and the loser will take on Wisconsin Rapids. As the pitch from Bauman on the way, and that's a called strike. And it puts the count at 2-1 now. So the 2-1 count to Thomas Hunt with nobody on and 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Now Bauman on the wind and the pitch. That one high and away. That's ball 3. The count's now 3-1 to Thomas Hunt. Again, Plover up 4-2 on the Marshfield Blue Devils. And the pitch from Bauman on the way. That one outside, but hits the outside corner for strike 2. And the count runs full to Thomas Hunt. And a quick meeting on the mound between Peter Earl and Riley Bauman.
Which is at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon against Stevens Point. And that will match the tournament's remaining unbeaten teams. Losing team plays Rapids at 1 o'clock.
And Thomas Hunt, the left-handed batter. Again, Thomas Hunt, 2 for 3 thus far on the day. 2 base hits and a pop-out. He did bring in a run on that pop-out, but that one's fouled off and back as Hunt stays alive. Again, the count runs full. And the pitch from Bauman on the way. And that one swung on, hit out into left field, and it's going to fall. And it's by the left fielder over there. It's by the left fielder, Chase Higgins, but no consequence there as it's just going to be a single, a base hit for Thomas Hunt. He's now 3 for 4 on the day for the designated hitter, Thomas Hunt. Now up to bat at the 5 spot is catcher Marcus Jawolski. He's 1 for 3 on the day, popped out to right field, struck out swinging and had a base hit in his 3 at-bats. That one's inside for ball 1. So it's the 1-0 count to Jawolski. 1-0 count, runner at first with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Plover up 4-2. Pitch on the way, that one low and inside. That's ball 2. Now the count is 2-0 to Marcus Jawolski. And runner at first. Plover up 4-2 in the top of the 7th. Pitch from Bauman on the way. That's a called strike. The count's now 2-1 to Jawolski. And Jawolski on that base hit. He also brought in a run. And I misspoke. He did not. It was just a solo base hit for Jawolski there. That is ball number 3 to Jawolski. The 3-1 count. That's the 3-1 count with a runner at first and 1 out to Jawolski. Pitch on the way. That's low and away. That's ball 4. Jawolski's walked. That sends Hunt to second. So it's Hunt at second, Jawolski at first. Runners at first and second. Now for first baseman John Naif. And now we'll have a meeting on the mound for the Marshfield infield. This won't be a pitching change, just a quick meeting on the mound between for the Blue Devil infield. And it looks like Coach Metz out there as well. But again, an hour delay, so we expect to see some kind of maybe tightness out here from some of these players. Again, with the about an hour rain delay for both of these teams. And now Bauman on the pitch. That's low and away for ball 1 to Naif. It's the 1-0 count with runners at first and second and 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Pitch from Bauman on the way. That one swung on, grounded over to third. No, it's in the gap. Into the gap, into left field, and it's going to be another base hit. This time it's a base hit for John Naif. So 2 hits now here in the top of the 7th. 2 hits since we resumed play in the top of the 7th. And now the bases are loaded with 1 out. So the bases are loaded. As we do have a pinch hitter. It looks like it's Kadrovich. And it is Drew Kadrovich. And that's a strike. So strike 1 to Kadrovich, who is pinch hitting for Caden Fowler. So 0-1 to Kadrovich. That one inside for ball 1. So now the 1-1 count to Kadrovich. So Thauer finished his hitting day 1 for 3. And pitch on the way. That one high and inside. That's ball 2. Now it's 2-1 to Kadrovich. Now the 2-1 count to Drew Kadrovich. Bases loaded, 1 out. That one inside once again, and it's now 3 balls and a strike to Kadrovich. So 3 balls and a strike with the bases loaded and just one out. Marshfield already down 4-2 here in the top of the 7th. Bauman on the pitch, and that was inside. Once again, that's ball 4, so Kadrovich is walked with the bases loaded, which means a run scores. It's Thomas Hunt crossing home plate. Plover now leads 5-2 over Marshfield, and the bases are still loaded with still one out for second baseman Jake Senke. Senke's 0 for 3 on the day. He's popped out to second and grounded out twice. But Plover now up 5-2 as that's a called strike on pitch 1. So now the 0-1 count to Jake Senke. Again, bases loaded with one out. Marshfield down 3 here in the 7th. Pitch on the way. That one swung on, hit out into left field, and it'll be another base hit. Run will score. So it'll be an RBI single for Jake Senke. And it's Marcus Jawolski coming around and crossing home plate for Plover. That's now hit number 3 for Plover this inning since we've resumed play, and 2 walks as well, as it's Luka Weinkoff back up to bat at the 9 spot, as that's a strike on pitch 1, the 0-1 count. So Plover now up 6-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. Bases loaded with one out still, as it's Weinkoff, the lefty, and he swings and fouls that one off, and it's quickly 0-2 to Weinkoff. It's the 0-2 count. Again, bases are loaded with just one out here in the top of the 7th, as it's Nafe at third, Kadrovich at second, and Senke at first. That one's high for ball 1. It's now 1-2 the count. So the count is 1-2 with one out and the bases loaded. Bauman on the wind and the pitch. That's outside, but a called strike. Just hits the outside edge of the strike zone as Weinkoff goes down looking. He's now 1 for 4 on the day. He's struck out now, popped out, grounded out, and had a base hit. Now we go back to the top of the order for the Plover Black Sox with Bryson Cashin. Cashin has been walked twice. He's grounded out and reached on an error. It's Plover up 6-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs to Bryson Cashin, the lefty. And first pitch is a strike to Cashin. It's the 0-1 count. Pitch on the way. That one's outside for ball 1. So it's the 1-1 count now to Bryson Cashin as Plover leads Marshfield 6-2 in the top of the 7th inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Riley Bauman on the mound. As he sets, he winds, and he throws. And that's a big swing and a miss from Cashin just above that one. As it's now 1-2 the count to Bryson Cashin. And bases loaded, 2 outs, throw on the way. That hits the outside edge of the strike zone, and Cashin goes down looking. So all 3 outs were strikeouts here in the top of the 7th, but Plover puts up 2 more runs, leave 3 stranded, and the Plover Black Sox lead the Marshfield Blue Devils 6-2 heading into the bottom of the 7th. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the bottom of the 7th inning right after this here on Zaleski Sports.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, switch to US Cellular and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G, plus no activation fees. So you can stream, capture, and post without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
Northside Computers is Marshfield's U.S. Cellular store. Visit us on South Central Avenue in Marshfield for the latest Samsung, Apple, personal cellular devices, tablets, and more.
Get
Get a jump start on college or speed up your degree with a transferable class from Mid-State Technical College this summer. There are 130 classes to choose from, online or in person, taught by instructors who are experts in their field. Get info on the Mid-State Technical College summer classes at mstc.edu.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Marshfield's last shot here in the bottom of the 7th. They're down 4, as they'll need to at least score 4 runs to keep this thing going. And leading off for the Marshfield Blue Devils here to start off will be Karsten Jerschel. Jerschel is 0 for 2 on the day. He's grounded out twice, so it's the 8-9-1 spots up to bat for the Marshfield Blue Devils. And it's Jerschel. Pitch on the way. It's a check swing. And it's 1-0. 0-1 rather. That one's inside. Now it's 1-1 to Jerschel. It's Kyle Zabluski pitching now for Plover. That one shot out into right field. That'll be a leadoff base hit for Jerschel. Jerschel with his first hit of the game. But again, now pitching for Plover, again, is Kyle Zabluski. Now up to bat is right fielder Riley Bauman. And rather pitcher now for Marshfield. Started out in right field. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He's grounded out and had a base hit in his first 2 at-bats. So no outs with the runner at first to Bauman. Marshfield down 4 in the bottom of the 7th. Got to put up at least 4 to keep this thing going. Has a pitch on the way, and that's a strike to Bauman on pitch 1. That's the 0-1 count. Again, we'll have all of these Legion regional games here broadcast live on Zaleski Sports. And it was DC Everest, the DC Everest Merchants taking down the Marshfield Chaparrals 3-2 in that matchup. DC Everest came back from down 2-1. They won that game against the Chaparrals while we were in our rain delay. As that is strike 2 now to Riley Bauman. It's the 0-2 count now to Bauman. And the pitch on the way. That's an inside pitch, but swung on and missed by Bauman as he goes down swinging for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Plover just needs 2 more outs to seal this one. As now we're back to the top of the order with catcher Peter Earl. Earl struck out looking his first at-bat, popped out to right field in his second, and reached on a fielder's choice in his third. Looking for his first hit of the game here, as that's a called strike to Earl. 3 straight strikes thrown by Zabluski. So it's the 0-1 count to Earl with a runner at first and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And that one grounded over to third, down the line, and fair. Fair ball from Earl right down the third base line. That'll be a base hit for Peter Earl. Second hit of this inning for the Blue Devils. And that sends Jerschel over to second. So now runners at first and second for Marshfield, as it is second baseman and at the second spot, Parker Week up to bat. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He's grounded out, popped out to left, and had a base hit in his 3 at-bats. So Marshfield now with 2 runners on and 1 out for Parker Week as they look to potentially send this one in 2 extra innings. As the pitch is on the way, that one swung on, grounded over to short, and it's bobbled at short. No out will be made. All runners are safe. So Marshfield making a late run here in the bottom of the 7th. As Week will reach on the air, and the bases are loaded. Now at the number 3 spot in the order, Logan Homolka. Homolka reached on an error his first at-bat. He had a double and popped out into left field in his 3 at-bats. So now the 3 and 4 spots due up to bat. Logan Homolka and Chandler Schmidt. If you're Marshfield, you probably wouldn't want anybody else up to bat here with the bases loaded and a chance to tie or take the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Bases loaded, 1 out. That one outside for ball 1. So the 1-0 count to Homolka. Homolka, the left-handed batter. And the pitch on the way. That one swung on, hit out into left center. And it's out in left field. A run will score for Marshfield. It will be Jerschley scoring, and it's now 6-3. Plover leads. So Plover now leading 6-3. Runners stay put at first and second as it's a sacrifice fly for Homolka. As the score is 6-3, Plover leads. As it's now Chandler Schmidt up to bat. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out swinging, popped out to second, and walked in his 3 at-bats. As the score is 6-3, Plover leads. And runners at first and second. That's a called strike to Schmidt on pitch 1. And runners at first and second with 2 outs. And that's low for ball 1. Count evens up at 1-1. As it's 1-1 to Schmidt. And that one swung on, hit out into deep left field. And it will be caught for out number 3. So the Plover Black Sox take down the Marshfield Blue Devils by a score of 6-3 in 7 innings of play. And stay tuned for your Nasonville Dairy postgame show. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with the Nasonville Dairy postgame show, where we will talk with head coach Wayne Sankey as well as designated hitter Thomas Hunt. So stay tuned for that, as we'll take a quick break and be right back with the Nasonville Dairy postgame show right after this here on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility. And our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Welcome back, everybody, as I am here with head coach of the Plover Black Sox, Wayne Sankey. And coach, you guys get the win tonight. Rain delay kind of stumped your momentum a little bit there, but you guys were able to come out with the win anyways. Talk a little bit about how you guys played tonight and what you think of the ways you guys played tonight.
Yeah, I thought we played fine. Kenny was on, the first 3 innings, but he had a little bicep soreness, so we had to take him out. And Kyle Zableski just did a nice job coming on relief. And I really liked our at-bats after the rain delay. We stayed patient. We got guys on base and scoring 2 runs there in the top of the 7th. That was obviously nice for us.
Yeah, and then like you mentioned, you guys were pitching well to start off. You had to make that pitching change you just said. I guess, what does it say that you can have a couple different guys you can go to on the mound and you can get wins like this?
Yeah, that's why you play as many games as you can in the regular season, so you know who you can go to in the playoffs. And Kyle was definitely that guy, and he did the job for us tonight.
All right, and then you'll be taking on Stevens Point tomorrow. I guess, what are your thoughts heading into that matchup tomorrow against Stevens Point, and how you think you guys are going to fare tomorrow?
It's not going to be easy by any means. We're playing for to keep going in the regional title here, and we're going to come and give it our all tomorrow.
All right, and then if you can grab Thomas, then we'll bring Thomas Hunt over here when you're ready. Thanks a lot, Coach. All right, so we'll be waiting on Thomas Hunt. Here we'll speak with designated hitter for the Plover Black Sox here tonight as they get the win 6-3 here in 7 innings of play after we had the little over an hour rain delay. But Thomas Hunt had 3 base hits tonight. He also had a sacrifice fly where he had an RBI, so 3 hits with an RBI for Thomas Hunt tonight as he makes his way over here. As he comes on over, we'll talk with Thomas. How's it going, Thomas? Congrats on the win here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, so our camera's right there, just so you know. All right, so I'm here with Thomas Hunt of the Plover Black Sox. Thomas, you had 3 hits yourself tonight. You guys get the win 6-3. Talk a little about your team's performance and the way you performed at the plate tonight as well.
It was good to come out as a team and hit the ball tonight. We didn't hit the ball the greatest yesterday. We knew that. Didn't start off hot today, but we came through in the end and started putting things together and had a good game, scored a lot of runs. Eases things up for the pitchers.
All right, and then take us through, obviously had the over-hour rain delay where you guys were in the league. Maybe you could have stumped your momentum there. But take us through the team's reaction to that and how you guys were able to come out and steal this one out in the 7th inning.
Rain delays always stink, but just got to work through things and come out ready to play and make sure you stay mentally engaged the whole time without having a lapse and coming out sluggish and slow.
All right, then you guys will be taking on Stevens Point tomorrow. I guess, what are your thoughts on that? What's the team's mindset heading into that matchup tomorrow?
We're always ready to play point. Like crosstown rivalry, always. Played with them when we were younger, now we go against each other. Always a fun game.
All right, thanks a lot, Thomas. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Thomas Hunt we just talked to there. Again, the Plover Black Sox getting the win tonight by a score of 6-3 against the Marshfield Blue Devils, as we're going to have Legion baseball all day tomorrow as well at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 7. It'll be Wisconsin Rapids taking on the Marshfield Blue Devils at 1 o'clock. And it will be the Plover Black Sox taking on the Stevens Point Sixers tomorrow at 4 p.m. So stay tuned for that. We'll have all those games live on Zaleski Sports. We'll also have a game at 7 p.m. as well. The teams will be determined with those first 2 games with that one. But my name is Cale Jacoby alongside Jada Hamblin doing the production for us tonight. We want to thank you all for joining us here tonight, sticking with us through the rain delay, through the end of tonight's game. And we will see you guys tomorrow on our Legion Regional Baseball broadcast. And we will see you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.